Hey!
Welcome back, everybody.
Let me kill this. Sorry, bro. Okay. Welcome back to RC Radio 90s Jams. It's been our first time back in a while. First time since December. December was our last show. And me and Ron are back in the studio doing me and Ron things. Now, you might have noticed. Go ahead.
Couple things. A, I don't go here anymore.
Right. Ron,
why am I here?
His ID still works for meals, though, and not a lot of people are happy about that.
Don't tell anybody. But the reason why I'm here is this man to my left, your right. Everybody give it up. For Ken, I'm so sorry.
Cyboska.
Woo! Everybody give it up for Ken.
All right. Ken is here because he runs a website. It's called eyesonretail.com. And throughout the show, we're going to be talking about this website. We're going to be talking about Ken. We're going to be talking about all sorts of wonderful things about the website. Why don't you tell us first of all how you happened upon the Wagner College broadcast station?
I contacted all the media. I've been reaching out to maybe about 30 or 40 or 50 stations at Blanket, Staten Island. So this was one of them. And you just got to make like 100 phone calls to get anything to happen. So I was lucky that they picked me up here.
Wow. Okay, cool. Who answered the phone? Do you remember?
No, is it, Catherine? Is there a Catherine?
KT? Catherine. Yeah. Okay. KT. Everybody can thank KT for Ken's dropping by today.
Thank you, KT.
Thanks, KT.
Thank you,
KT. Okay. So, $1 million question. Eyesonretail.com. What is it? Tell us about it.
Very simply, it's sort of like it's a website that is a clearinghouse for clearance merchandise, distressed merchandise, closeout, and it's got all these different stores on Staten Island and the closeout merchandise in every single one of them. So there's hundreds of entries and we update it constantly. It's the kind of place that we want users to come. Before they go shopping, they can see what's on clearance in any given store.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I've been on the website. You go on, very user-friendly. You go on there, and it's basically just a huge list. The homepage is a big list of this place has this deal today, and this, that, the other. It has the little calendar symbol, because so you know it's the right day, in case you don't know what day it is. What else we got here?
What else we got? What did you do before Eyes on Retail?
Well, I've actually had a long career. I was in the garment industry for 7 years. I went to Fashion Institute of Technology, got 2 degrees from there, and then I migrated over to Transit, New York City Transit. I've been there for like 23 years. So I'm an analyst in New York City Transit. And the organization's been very kind to me. I'm really very grateful. I've been really lucky.
What degrees did you get at FIT?
An associate's and a bachelor's in manufacturing and business.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
I work for 2 organizations that manufacture clothing.
I understand you're a family man. Wife of 25 years, you said?
30.
Wow, 30 years and 4 kids, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How old are they?
My oldest son is about 20. I think he's going to be going on 28 this year. My daughter's going to be going on 26.
Watch out, boys.
My youngest son is in his early 20s. I forget whether it's 21 or 22. And I got a 12-year-old daughter at home.
Oh.
She's a gymnast.
That's nice.
Wow. Well, hello, Ken's kids.
Hi, Ken's kids. Do they help you out with this, with Eyes on Retail?
To some extent. I mean, I'm sort of operating solo. They kind of give me, they're like my, they kind of cheer me on. You know,
right.
They're very happy for the little successes that I get.
All right,
awesome.
awesome.
It's like a little community of mine, yeah.
That's
Very cool,
good.
Very cool. Why don't we take a little break and we go to our next video?
Okay, that sounds good. Ken, how'd you like the first video?
It's pretty nice. I thought it was interesting. You know, it's kind of a lot of fun. Young people want to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, young people do have a lot of fun. Let that be a message to everybody.
That's what we're about.
Next is this one. What up, ladies?
And we're back.
And gents. Okay, so if you're just joining us, which is unlikely because everybody loves us, this is Ken Cyboska, the owner and operator of eyesonretail.com. So, this is your baby. How long has it been running? And what? Okay, how long has it been running?
Well, we incorporated in 2008 and got the first site built by 2010, and then we had it recrafted, and the latest rendition is a little over a year old. So it's been stable for a long time. So it's fulfilling its mission. We're starting to get advertisers. So
right,
it's coming along, moving in one step at a time.
Is that how you make most of the money from this website, from the advertisements on the pages?
Yeah, I mean it's not a lot, but really my goal is to get this thing to grow.
Right.
We want to become a national enterprise, God willing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Okay. Cool. And what? So what else do you do now? Aside from all the business that you have with Eyes on Retail, I'm sure it takes up a lot of time.
Well, I mean, I'm lucky. I still work for transit. I work full time. I'm lucky. I live and work on Staten Island, so it gives me a lot of spare time to devote to the project. I have to say that I'm probably spending anywhere from 3 to 5 hours every day, and maybe on the weekends, maybe 20, 30 hours on the. So there's a lot to do. I get a lot of wheels in motion.
All right.
Quick little thing.
Go ahead.
Before we go on. If anyone has a question for Ken, or for me, or Chris,
or for Chris, or me,
or for Chris, or for Chris, or for
Ron, or Ken,
you can call us at 718-420-4098. Call us.
Well, wait, we're not going to say anything until
somebody calls.
Shh. It's okay.
That's enough of that.
No one was gonna call. Okay. My dad always tells me, if you can, work for yourself. I'm sure you agree with that, and that's why you started your own business. Tell us a little more about why you came to the conclusion that this was the way to go.
I think it's when I realized that this is something that I could do. I mean, I was always going to stores, and so the first thing I would do is go over to the clearance racks just to see if there was anything that was worth buying to save money. And then it scratched my head. I thought to myself, there's probably a lot of other people that do this too. And when I realized that I could actually create a whole environment where this give and take occurs, it kind of led to its own conclusion, which is that I wanted to make a business out of it and see if the idea has merit. And so far so good. It's happening slowly. I mean, I don't have like Silicon Valley funding to take it to its limit quickly, but it is one foot in front of the other, and it's working out.
All right.
And
Good.
I'm very passionate about it. I get a lot of pleasure out of it. There's always something new happening down in the horizon line. So
That's good. It's great. Everyone out there, let me tell you something. As someone with a lot of experience, you don't want to be caught doing something that you don't want to do. For decades upon decades, I've been searching for just the perfect thing. We were talking about my organic farm before. and really find what brings you pleasure, become a master at it, and then you'll make money, man. Worry about the money later. Just find what you want to do.
yeah, follow your bliss.
Exactly. Follow your bliss.
Decades upon decades.
Decades to almost 2 decades I've been alive. And that's what I meant by that.
And you've got about a quarter of a decade of experience.
Decade upon decade. That's 2.
All right.
We're going to the next one. Okay.
Call us 718-420-4098.
And
until then, Destiny's Child Massage Contest. Why don't you tell us something about that?
Okay, we have a contest going where whoever posts the most content gets people to like our fan page. Likes what they post. Get a lot of likes on the post. They're going to win a half-hour Swedish massage at a nice massage organization called Bliss and Care Spa on Victory Boulevard, and it's very, very nice. I mean, this is, and also they get a hand paraffin treatment. So this is like the first of several contests that we're going to be running throughout the year, this kind of thing, in hair, nail, and beauty salons.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
I like that. I like massages.
I like that. So, yeah, if anyone's interested in that, then you're going to have to do something good because I'm going to get a lot of likes and I'm going to get myself sweetest massage. And, Snoop Dogg. Ken was just about to tell us about any advice he might have for young entrepreneurs, anyone trying to start a website, get into business. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Okay, I definitely think that anybody that really has their heart set on it can do it because it really doesn't take a lot of resources. The tools and the technology have never been easier or cheaper to use, and really you could just take an idea and run with it, because and all the social media stuff can you can actually drum up an audience to help you out in this process. So I would encourage anybody that has a dream to do this that they should definitely not let anything deter them.
Even Carl.
Okay. Hypothetical situation. I'm not a business major. I want to get into business. What do I do?
I don't think that should stop you. Like, if your website has the intention of making money, then you should you just build it so that it does that. And another way that you could take a company like Craigslist that didn't have a business model and then eventually started making money when it became widespread. So there's different ways that you can approach it. But I think you don't have to have a business degree. You don't even have to have any degree to do this kind of thing.
So even if let's just say, I came up with an idea.
Go ahead, Rod.
And hypothetically speaking, in my business class that coincide with a graphic design class, and I came up with a company, and I had wristbands and t-shirts and sweatshirts and all cool stuff. But the graphic wasn't as catchy
as you wanted
as I wanted it to be.
That's tough. It's got to have a lot of things going for it. Like the appearance, the user friendliness, the speed. There's a lot of factors that would make it more attractive to. A lot of times people come to a website and you've got 3 seconds to convince them that they should stay. So it's got to have some things going on in that area.
Pee in your butt t-shirts would have been great.
That would have been good. Sorry. That was his, it was PIYB Incorporated. It was a whole big shebang. And it was almost pretty popular on campus, but then it kind of wasn't. Okay. You mentioned to us earlier, or we were curious, something called WOM. What is WOM? WOM?
Word of mouth that becomes world of mouse, or word of mouth that becomes word of mouse. World of mouse, word of mouse. It's all about building a community of people that are like-minded, that want to support you. There's a lot of statistics that show that people want to do this for positive reasons. They want to reward a company. They want to help other shoppers. So this is a known phenomenon, and it works for companies that are successful.
Okay. Who came up with the phrase?
I think I don't remember if it's Forrester Research or one of the other research organizations for the internet. I have it on some card here, but I don't know.
Where does the mouse come in? I'm a bit confused.
Word of mouse. World of mouse.
Yeah.
It's just people communicate together using the computer.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Gotcha.
idea.
Oh, like
Word of mouth.
like a computer mouse. Oh. I've been racking my brain about what that would mean. I'm so stupid. Okay. Ken, what is your favorite place to shop?
My favorite place to shop. I like the Christmas tree store. I like there's always fun knickknacks in there, and also I also very much like what do you call it? In the mall, there's a store there, Old Navy. It usually has a lot of good stuff in there too. Get a lot of bargains, and they usually have a big collection of discounted merchandise.
Right. Yeah, Old Navy always has some deals.
Yeah, there's always a wall full of stuff.
I find here's the thing. You walk into any store has sales happening. Always, all the time.
Right.
Are they legitimate sales, or do they just knock up the original price and then say they have a 25% sale?
Well, one of the things that we tried to do on eyesonretail.com is we want to go for the real discounted merchandise, 70% off, 80% off, 90% off. We try to
Right.
go for the real clearance stuff. I mean, most I don't think anybody pays full retail anymore on anything. They're always offering 20% off or whatever. It's ridiculous. But, you know, it's not a meaningful discount. I'd say you want to get 60, 70, 80% off to make it like a meaningful.
Right. Awesome. So, that being said, I think we have something that relates. Just kidding, it doesn't relate at all. But we're going to bring back everybody's favorite segment of Ron and Chris's RC Radio 90s Jams. And bada bing. And we're back. We're back with Ken Cybulska of eyesonretail.com. We're back with Ron Gross of Doing Nothing for the Rest of His Life.
Chris Felicio,
Go ahead.
world
Go ahead.
renowned,
Go ahead.
organic farm owner, dog breeder, girlfriend having extraordinaire.
You should have came up with that one beforehand, Ron. Okay. We've got a few more questions left for Ken. We are 45 minutes into the show. You guys can tell time. I'm just wasting time. Go ahead, Ron. What kind of questions you got for our boy Ken? Where's the book?
Let's see. What are some myths of the 13 tribes on Long Island? Sorry. This is my history of Long Island book. Wrote some questions down. What is your biggest deal to date?
Ooh.
Biggest deal.
Yeah.
Man, I got to think about that because I've been to so many places. That it's like a hurricane of places that I've been to. I can't even remember half of them. You know, the biggest deal. I think it was. I was in a store that had these like a pan press, and it was only like $30. I think they usually go for like $200.
Wow.
And also, you go to like Home Depot. A lot of times they'll have floor models on sale. They'll be like a $400 power tool may go for $78 or something like this. You know, that's a good place to find bargains.
Funny story. My grandfather did the exact same thing at Home Depot.
I hope this is actually funny.
It's not. No, but he went into Home Depot. He's looking for a door because he just got remarried and he's looking to fix up the house a little bit. So they went in and they're looking for a door, and it was marked down like $900, and they're like, let's wait. So they went back next week. $800. Went back the next week, like $500. They eventually waited so long that the door was about $130.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the things is that I'm kind of picking up from all this experience is the timing of when to look for sales. I'm getting a good education about who puts out their sale items when, so that's it's meaningful, and I keep a journal, so I'm able to go back and review what happened. So,
on average, or let me rephrase this. How often do you get just a really good deal on something that you really need? You know, something that just everyday things. Like, what's your average good deal on everyday items that somebody's gonna have to go out and get all the time?
well, things like clothes. There's the Brookstone in the mall. They have all kinds of little knickknacks, things that you could use for technology products. You know, it really depends on what you're shopping for. You know, I mean, I'm at a stage in my life now where I've pretty much got most of the things I want. There's not a lot that I really, you know, that I'm just posting everything that I find that I think is really of interest to my audience.
What do you get for the man that has everything? A $30 press.
How many people are involved with your website?
That's a good question.
Has it grown so much? Like
Well, now I got like three people working for me, and to keep it support, I got a webmaster, I've got a social media person, and also I've got a staff writer. So this it's kind of formulating one step at a time.
So, where do you get this information? Do you go out to the stores yourself?
Yeah,
or?
mainly at this point I'm operating solo. I just go out to hit a bunch of stores, take photos, and get out. You know, got to be like a dive bomb and get in there and get out really fast.
And how much time does that take up?
Taking the photos is effortless. You could do that in like 2 hours. You know, if you're sharp. Posting the photos is a little more time consuming though. You know, but I keep the site with fresh merchandise pretty much every day. I want to make sure everyone knows that the lights are on.
That is very generous of you to go out and do the dirty work for us, so that all we got to do is go onto your website and say, oh, good, Ken found me a deal on milk.
One of the really good things about the site is that you can actually shop at stores that you've never been to before. You can actually see what's on all the different clearance all around the borough of Staten Island now.
So in turn, your site is kind of like advertisements for other stores too.
Yeah, I think that small retailers get to stand side to side, shoulder to shoulder with larger organizations like big box stores, and it kind of will in time act as a form of advertising for these retailers when they realize that this is something that they could do on their own. They can post these things. I'm hoping that the website gains enough traction so that
that eventually they'll hook up with you.
Exactly, they'll actually pay me to put this stuff on my site.
Right.
A small amount. I wouldn't charge a lot.
Do you need permission to do the sort of thing that you're doing from the stores?
I'm having it evaluated from a legal standpoint. I mean, it's really not much different than going in and just talking about what you saw.
Right.
So it's kind of on the fence. If somebody tells me to stop taking photos, I'll stop taking photos and leave. Most of the time, nobody really cares.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had store owners chase me out. All kinds of things have happened.
Oh God!
From where? From a big retail place? Or
No,
from
mostly
like a
from
local?
small stores. The larger stores are usually
Pains in the
easier.
asses.
I guess that they don't trust what I'm doing. That's the whole thing, And some retailers have embraced it. Some people say, "Hey, this is great. Take more photos. The more you get out there, the better." So.
Right, and that was going to be my next question. Before you had mentioned that before, was were you thinking of, eventually hooking up with these guys, saying, "Here, listen, this is what I do. I'm going to do this for you, and you're going to, give me something on the side."
I think in time, if the site, if the proof of concept is there, and it satisfies a lot of different conditions, people will want to post things there. They'll want to be present there.
All right, sounds good. What else we got in there?
That's it.
That's it. All
That's
right.
it.
Then let me say this. Ken, is there anything else you would like to tell us or our audience or both?
I think I've just about covered everything. What was I going to say? That I could talk about internships and why it's probably something that would be of interest to you, listener audience. I actually got a flashcard for that, but some of those. I got information from the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal about why internships are very helpful to young people. I could recite from memory that, here. They can have a real impact on operation, contributing to important projects and bringing a fresh perspective, the ability to multitask, write a paper, take an online course, instant message of friends are skills that companies value, that you can manage a tight schedule. And also, another excellent reason students need to take internships seriously is that companies want to see that you're already working. You're kind of recognized as having more value if you're already working for somebody. And it's a lot easier to find a job when you've got one already. You want to stand out in today's job market. And also, it's a good thing to blog if you can, like if you've got no other alternatives, because recruiters actually sort through blogs. If you start a blog, you can actually gain an audience and gain credibility in whatever it is that you're like an expert in. And then sometimes, I've read a story that this guy was saying that he gets a job offer every month practically on average. And I read another story where this guy was saying that he was so successful in his blog that he actually got hired for a company, and the company said to him, "We don't want you to continue blogging because they didn't want to lose him." So it's blogging and using social media contacts as a way to advance your career goals, could be helpful as well.
All right. Awesome. We've had a great time with Ken. We're going to play another video and we're going to be back with Ken. Ken's going to hang out with us if he wants. You want to hang out with us to the end of the show?
Well, it's until 8, right?
Well, it's still whatever we want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sure.
I think 8 o'clock is good for me.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. So we're going to play one more video, say bye to Ken, and then we'll be going until we run out of videos. So we'll see you at the end of Show Crows Soak Up the Sun. Yay, Cheryl!
Excellent.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Great song.
That's always been one of my favorites. One of those ones that when it comes on, I'm like, oh, this song. That's what happens with all these songs. Because we play the jams.
Play the jams! Sorry.
Yeah,
You're excited when we say jams.
Ron always gets excited when we mention the jams.
Jams.
Okay, so, Ken, it's been great having you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Ken Cybulska, eyesonretail.com. A lot of great deals. Been on the site. It's a good site.
They're
Carl
on
likes
Facebook.
it.
They're on Twitter. They're on Tumblr, I believe. They are on Tumblr.
Oh, that's where you posted pictures? Or no?
Among other places.
Okay.
Very cool.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, if you would like to get into, if you'd like to know more, you can contact either me or Ron. We'll put you in touch with Ken or his website, or you can get in touch with him.
You go to the website, Eyes on Retail yourself. It's EYES, Eyes on Retail. And we're always looking for constructive feedback. And also, if people were looking for market mavens who also like to post things alongside us.
So some jobs openings.
Some job openings.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll play the video and we'll show you out.
Okay, cool.